NASDAQ kept on coming lower. It's back into the area now that it has turned up off of, though. You can see what we have here. So for this low here, we're just using the previous major high to the major high. That gives us that low perfectly, right? And then for this low, it's really the trend line, but it's also the channel from the high here to the widest swing high right there. So the last time we found support on a major channel low, we moved up to new highs. We found support on this major channel low. It's also a trend line, and it's moved all the way back up to the midline just about. And it's set up for a pretty nice short there yesterday, which was a kiss goodbye from here. So we broke out of that channel, pulled back to it, and now we're moving lower, but we're back into the same spot that we found support at. It's a tricky spot. So this is the high that we had. It was that kiss goodbye line. It was the top of this channel. All right, let's see if we have anything for a low here coming down. The only thing that we have really is the main upsloping area that we turned up off of here. And this looks corrective to me back up. Might just be the first A wave, and then we might, do a big C wave back up. So that's possible.
Yeah, and then I think you already talked about this, just the upsloping areas on the 240 minute that we had originally turned up off of.
Yeah, and that's a 78.6. So this is likely a B wave down. I mean, unless it comes through it. No, I don't know. It depends on how you want to count this. It looks more like 5 waves down, really. If we can come back to here, then maybe we can set up for a long. I mean, it's definitely lost momentum on the minute charts into this low. It's pretty fast down yesterday. Strong retracement back up. If this is the 5th wave, then maybe this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 comes much lower. It's a possibility. The only thing that we have here really is the major upsloping areas on the big chart. So it is a nice looking low though. So we come down really strong, pretty big selling climax, over 1100% in the relative volume, which is pretty massive even for a 5 minute. Then we put in that volume divergence right here, and it gets a sign of strength right here. 2 big up bars. Then it comes down again to new lows, but not nearly as quickly, giving you that first momentum divergence right here at the low. You get a big churn bar at the low, closing up off the lows, and an even stronger sign of strength here. And then it comes back, breaks the low just by a little bit. But before it does, or as it's doing it just on the first tick, you get a huge 900% relative volume selling climax right there. And then the next bar closes way up off of its low. And now you're pushing higher. So it's looking like we may get one more push up. Beyond that, I'm not really sure. You have found pretty serious support here off of that same area that we found support right here, the area on the 240 minute chart. So it might give it more than just this one little push up. One more, or it could go straight up, but I would think we'll probably get one more. All right, I have an alert there. I was thinking NASDAQ might be doing like a 4th wave high here. If this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have an extended 5th wave. This could be 4 or 5. Okay, that's potentially the spot. And look at what you have on the 2 minute there. Still has a minute to go, but that's pretty high volume for that little bar. It's incredibly high volume for that little bar. As a matter of fact, we have downslope. We have the median line on the 2000 tick, or the larger tick chart. I don't know if we have anything else that would be downsloping up here. Maybe on the 5 minute.
You know that area that you were using as an example when you were showing the reader yesterday or the day before?
Mm-hmm.
If you draw that same channel in on the 20 or the 5,
yeah,
we turned up off of that lower median line, and we have that center median line a bit higher.
On which chart?
20 minute.
Yeah, I got something up around the previous day's low, 87.50. I may add one there. You've got a nice looking churn bar on the 5 minute right now.
Looks like some huge volume in there. Well, very narrow ranging bars too, so you got a lot of density.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't want to give it too much. It's at the top of this channel and this downtrend line. It would have to turn down from, right where it's at right now. Make money. That open is scaring me. Don't do it. Come on. Not sure about this thing now. It's looking on the tick chart like it's about to go straight up. You know, getting into a trade right before the open in the NASDAQ or the ES is sometimes not the greatest thing to do, as it's obviously the most volatile market at the open, the U.S. equities. Well, at least relative to its overnight movement. I'm gonna let it ride, see what happens. Who's this? Oh, yeah.
Order filled.
Took one off right there as we broke below that previous low.
Order canceled.
Okay, just to show you that I entered that and took that trade in my live account here. What day was that? June 15th. 15. Okay, what was that? 56.45. Oh, that was where I closed it. Okay, so I just took one off at 56.63.50. That was this one. Okay, this was a trade that I did after. What time was? It's not telling me the time, is it? Okay, here we go. 56.87.50 and 56.84.50. And then this was the next trade that I did a little bit later, where I lost $100 and then 25. So I think I made 12.55 and then lost 125. So that put me at 11.30 for the day. The high there was what, 88? No, the high was 87.75, and I got into the last one at 87.50. The short one at 87.50, and that was the one that I closed at the low, which you're about to see here shortly. Did I get the high tick? One tick from the high. That's the way. I like it.
Someone's happy.
Yeah.
Man, NASDAQ pays, doesn't it?
Well, when it's moving like crazy.
Who knows what this thing's going to do if we go hit a new low.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I should just hang on to it for a minute.
I mean, this will be a retest of that major trend line.
This is turning into a nice one.
Yeah, we're going to go break that low.
Looks like it, doesn't it? Well, I think I'm going to wait for a divergence on the 2-minute before I get out. Although that's looking like a pretty fast little snapback. It hit the it hit this little lower median line, but that's pretty close to breaking that low. Man, if we can break that low, imagine what it could do. It could move another 200 ticks in the next hour. Maybe that is the end of the fifth of that fifth wave. And now we do a correction back up. I'm gonna see what happens if when it breaks this low. If it gets a rush down real fast, I'll probably get out. If it puts in a couple of fat churn bars right here at this trend line, I'll get out as well. All right, it's back to the kiss goodbye line. Underside of this channel. Should see some kind of, well, I guess we've already seen the reaction off of it. I'm just gonna put my stop a little bit lower. There's a double bottom right there. No, we got one more point to get, four more ticks to get down to the double bottom. I think I'll wait for a break. There we go.
Yeah, there's your break.
I don't want to be greedy, but this could be a big one, you know? It's got a big fat churn bar there on the 2-minute now. It's got divergence on the 2-minute. I said I was going to wait for divergence on the 2-minute. That's just a slight tick of the low. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to give it just a couple of minutes. If I don't get out with that maximum favorable excursion, I get all gun shy about exiting.
Order pending.
I'm getting out. Man, that was a good exit. Look at that. Yeah, that looks like it was it. Really nice extreme churn bar followed by another churn bar right into that area. All right, everybody, have a great afternoon.